Hello again. My name is Gretchen Cleevely and I'm an attorney here at Brady Cobin Law Group in Raleigh, North Carolina. Last time we did sort of an overview about what Medicaid is. Today we're going to dig a little deeper and talk about what will make you eligible for Medicaid when that time comes. So first, what can I have and qualify for Medicaid? Well, if I'm an individual, I can have $2,000 in resources or $3,000 in resources if I'm a married couple. Second, I must have income that is less than my cost of care. Keep in mind in North Carolina, this is a pretty low bar given the fact that as we discussed last time, the cost of nursing homes run between $7,000 and $9,000 a month. So let's talk about what is income for Medicaid eligibility purposes. So income is Social Security, your wages, any pension or IRA benefits. Those are what's going to count as your income. And again, if those are less than around $7,000, that's not an issue for Medicaid qualification. Now, what about resources? That's that $2,000 to $3,000 mark. Almost everything counts towards that limit, and we're going to talk about what's excluded from that in a minute. But for married couples, the important thing is to know that if a resource is jointly titled, the whole resource is going to count as the applicant's resource. So what doesn't count towards that $2,000 or $3,000 limit? First of all, your primary residence, your home, does not count. Second, you may have one vehicle. Now, there is a laundry list that I'm going to read to you of other ones. You can have irrevocable burial contracts, burial plots, $1,500 in designated burial funds. Your tangible personal property doesn't count. Your Medicaid qualified annuities do not count. That's something we'll discuss at a later date. and I bonds don't count. Term life insurance doesn't count. A business or a farm interest doesn't count if the spouse of the applicant is still actively involved in that business or farm. And finally, any property that is considered inaccessible. So that's what doesn't count. Now, Medicaid does do some things to help ease the blow for married couples if one of the spouses is living at home and in the community, and that spouse is called the community spouse. Medicaid wants to protect this spouse from becoming impoverished, so they allow that spouse to have a certain amount of income per month, and that income ranges between $2,000 and $3,000 depending on the applicant. In addition, the community spouse also gets a community spousal resource allowance, and this runs anywhere between around $26,000 and $128,000, again depending on the financial status of the individuals applying for Medicaid. Next time, we're going to talk about how we can start to protect our assets now so that we can qualify for Medicaid later. Thanks so much for joining me.
If you liked what you heard today and found it as fascinating as I do, feel free to share it with a friend by clicking on the link below. Or if you'd like to learn more or speak with one of our qualified estate attorneys, visit us on the web at ncestateplanning.com. Thanks again for joining us and look forward to seeing you again soon.